Imagine, have you ever felt like your work was just a series of tasks, disconnected from the real world? Ethan, a brilliant young data analyst, certainly did. His days were a blur of spreadsheets, algorithms, and endless rows of numbers. He saw patterns, predicted trends, and optimized systems, but a nagging emptiness persisted. He was good, exceptionally good, but something was missing. He yearned for meaning, a connection beyond the cold, hard data. One day, a new project landed on his desk, analyzing customer feedback for a struggling local charity. It was different from his usual corporate gigs. The numbers were messy, qualitative data mixed with quantitative, reflecting raw human emotions. As he delved deeper, he noticed a recurring theme: a significant drop in donations after a local news report about a family losing their home to a fire. The numbers showed a dip, but the comments painted a vivid picture of community empathy, followed by confusion and distrust when the charity's response seemed slow. "These aren't just data points," he murmured to his colleague, Sarah, during a late-night session. "Each one is a person, a family, a hope, a disappointment." Sarah, a seasoned analyst with a pragmatic view, chuckled. "That's why they pay us, Ethan, to make sense of the chaos, not to get lost in it." But Ethan couldn't shake the feeling. He started cross-referencing the charity's internal data with local news archives, social media trends, and even weather patterns. He discovered that the charity's communication strategy had failed to address the specific concerns raised by the news report, leading to a perception of inaction, despite their efforts behind the scenes. He presented his findings to the charity's board, not just with charts and graphs, but with compelling narratives woven from the data. He showed them how a simple, timely public statement could have salvaged their reputation and maintained donor trust. "We need to tell their stories," he urged, pointing to a graph showing a sharp decline in small, individual donations. "These are the people who felt let down." The board, initially skeptical, was moved by his passion and the clarity of his insights. They implemented his recommendations, focusing on transparent communication and sharing impact stories. Months later, Ethan revisited the charity's data. The numbers were climbing not just in donations, but in volunteer sign-ups and positive public sentiment. He saw a comment from an elderly woman who had resumed her monthly donation, stating, "They finally showed us they care. They showed us the faces behind the numbers." A profound realization washed over Ethan. He wasn't just manipulating data. He was helping people connect, understand, and act. He was giving a voice to the voiceless, translating their experiences into actionable insights that brought about real change. His work was no longer just about efficiency or profit. It was about empathy, impact, and the powerful stories that numbers could tell. He looked at his screen, no longer seeing just digits, but a tapestry of human lives, each thread contributing to a larger, more meaningful picture. "You were right, Ethan," Sarah admitted, a rare smile gracing her lips. "There's more to these numbers than meets the eye." Ethan smiled back, a sense of purpose radiating from him. He had found his meaning, not by abandoning the numbers, but by looking beyond them, by understanding that every data point represented a heartbeat, a dream, a struggle, or a triumph. His journey taught him that true innovation lies not just in crunching data, but in connecting with the human stories it holds, transforming raw information into a catalyst for good. So, what story are your numbers waiting to tell?